Hello out there in YouTube land, Mark Allen Gunnels here. I thought it was an appropriate time to do a brief video in which I talk about my Halloween themed books. Anyone who knows me knows that I absolutely love Halloween. It is by far, hands down, my favorite holiday, and I have never outgrown the dark charms of the season, as it were. As a writer, it has become somewhat of a tradition for me. Every October, I work on Halloween themed stories. I also tend to read Halloween themed books this time of year. But over the years, I have amassed quite a number of Halloween themed stories, and therefore have been lucky enough to put out several Halloween themed books. Like I said, I just want to take a moment to talk about those books, since this is the one time of the year that I really get to push these books. The first Halloween themed book I ever released was a short collection entitled Dark Treats. It was originally put out by Sideshow Press in 2011, and it was re-released from Gallows Press. This really nice cover is done by Tom Moran. It contains 5 short stories, all of which revolve around Halloween. Halloween Returns to Bradbury, The Neighborhood That Halloween Forgot, My Last Halloween, Treats, and Family Plot. I was very ecstatic when this book finally came out. I am such a Halloween enthusiast. The fact that I finally had my own Halloween themed book on the market just pleased me to no end. Actually, the next year I followed that up with a novella entitled October Roses. This was put out by Bad Moon Books in 2012. This absolutely stunning cover is by Philip Simpson. I was aware that every year Bad Moon Books put out Halloween-themed novellas in October, and I really wanted to be a part of it. I contacted Roy Robinson over at Bad Moon, mentioned it to him. He told me, when I got something completed, send it in, they'd be happy to consider it. There was, of course, no guarantee, but I had a story that I really wanted to work with, set at my alma mater, Limestone College, where I've set several stories, involving a young woman, a student, who began to suspect she was possessed by the spirit of a deceased serial killer. I had a lot of fun writing the story, and luckily, Bad Moon Books enjoyed it as well, and put it out as one of their Halloween novellas. Last year saw the release of my most recent Halloween book, and that is the full collection Halloween House of Horrors, and it was put out by Great Old Ones Publishing. Philip Perrin is responsible for this creepy scarecrow cover. This book actually contains 19 stories. Like I said, I've amassed so many Halloween-themed stories, I was happy to be able to put so many of them into one book with a wraparound story that sort of tied them together. Most of these stories are horror, but not all of them. There are a few dramatic stories and even a children's story thrown into the mix. Now, I love working in a lot of different mediums, short stories, novels, horror, fantasy, even some straight realism, but I'm always going to have that love of Halloween. And like I said, the fact that I've been able to put out a few Halloween-themed books just really pleases the child in me. So if you're like me and you love Halloween, if you seek out books to read this time of year that revolve around Halloween, find all you can, read everything. But, if you want to add my stories into the mix, I'd be appreciative. Again, those books are Dark Treats, October Roses, and Halloween House of Horrors. They're all available on Amazon in paperback and in digital editions. So I just want to thank you all for letting me babble on about Halloween and my books, and I'll talk to you all later.